Wait a minute. Let's set this up. Yeah, your mic's muted. Uh, there we go. Wait. There we go. Perfect. Your mic's muted, bro. Can you hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Voice and video settings. It's my output device. Try it now. Speak some. Say something. Can't hear you. Hello, 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 hello. Yo, hold on.
You
Yo, I can hear you now.
sick.
Sick. What's going on?
I'm chilling, dog. Just hanging out. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just having some
Groovy,
beer,
man.
doing some schoolwork.
Nice, man. What do you take in school?
Chemistry.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
groovy, man.
See if we're picking. Yeah, the audio's coming through. It's all good. Can't see you want the camera is off, but if that's okay, we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, bro. I don't. I'm just looking like shit.
That's good then.
Right.
Yeah, what's up? We were talking yesterday about the tech house scene.
Yeah. Yeah, tech
Honestly,
house is kind of
I can go on and on
starting.
about it. I can go on and on about it, but like it seems to have been polluted.
Yeah, somewhere along the way, it's I don't know, like it seems like people seem to have lost the plot when it comes to tech house. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's kind of down with this whole like kind of this Max Styler kind of sound, which like don't get me wrong, Max Styler is cool, but like Tech House kind of falls into this like if one sound kind of becomes marketable, then everybody else kind of starts like not really copying because eventually that's what the labels start pushing, but it's like you can see how everything will just end up sounding very formulaic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's following the same like workflow to make this music.
Yeah,
It's like they just go in their
exactly.
DAW, they put a vocal in there, they make a bass line and some kick drum and some drums, and that's it. They don't really there's no like it's just a lot of it's just like vocals over kick drum. I can't
Yeah,
help but notice that. Like
yeah. It's not as. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, I'm no Mozart, but like, yeah, it's just very basic. And then if you try to send something unique to the labels, they'll pretty much reject that shit unless you have like 100,000 followers or whatever, you know?
yeah, I feel like there's also labels they don't really care about if your music's good anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my music is great or anything, but like you know, I feel like it's more so how many followers. I've heard like stories where it's just like people getting booked based on their Instagram following. Sometimes
Hmm.
it's even fake followers. Like they just don't the promoters don't even realize that it's just like a fake account, and then they just get booked. Stuff
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
going on.
There's a lot of that going on in the industry. There's a lot of that, like fake it till you make it mentality. And my whole thing is, you know, well, the people doing that might find short term success and never really turns into anything long term. You know, they never really go beyond their local city. Like, sure, they might like be from Toronto and get a show in like Calgary or Vancouver or whatever, but it's like they're not gonna like go touring by just faking it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I
I
mean, like
mean, not to try to disrespect anybody that's doing that, but yeah.
disrespect who?
I said not to disrespect anybody that's doing that. You know?
Yeah, I guess it's like a balance. You can't be like so not confident of yourself that you don't post anything and don't like do anything. Like if
Yeah.
you know, but you I feel like you gotta be respectful and like keep it like say like, oh, I'm new to this. That's what I do. I'm like, yo, I know my music's ass, but this right here is good, right? This part I made something that sounds decent. I feel like a lot of people just
Exactly. Yeah. Like you keep it 100, you play it authentic, because yeah, nobody's expecting you to you know come out come out the gate making bangers right away, but folks kind of feel this pressure to kind of put out like super polished shit right away, but it's just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Gone are the days of where people will just comment on your track like, "Oh shit, snare." You know, those were like the 2013 days.
well, they used to comment like this snare is shit and stuff.
Oh yeah, bro. Like folks, it was almost like it was kind of a meme, but like folks would also like somewhat mean it as well. Like you just would upload a track and then fucking randomly like, oh shit snare, or like nice Prada snare, or some shit like that. You
Shit snare.
know?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I see the UK still keeps that alive, that healthy hatred of bad music. I mean the North America not so much, but I see it like, UK people like they're seeing music scene, they'll comment on SoundCloud posts like, "Oh, this is ass. This is
Oh
dog
yeah.
shit."
No. In a way, it kind of not. I don't want to say it gatekeeps the quality, but it's like it forces you to like
I think
you
it
know
make
set a certain standard. You know.
it makes sure the right people get famous, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a
Whereas we don't
problem we
really.
which is a problem we have I've seen the problem we have in like the rave scene is always making the wrong people famous. I feel like that's a problem with humanity in general. They're like we always love making the wrong people famous.
Oh yeah, man. Like I'm sure you've seen the stories coming out about that David dude, the D4B ID, like chicks being found in his car or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. David and like
Fucking crazy.
did you
Yeah,
see the genius fucking like the interview he did about his lyrics and he's trying to explain it.
absolutely crazy.
What the fuck was that? Like anyone should have seen that as a red flag.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, he's famous as hell, and just he's got all these skeletons in his closet.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
it's crazy.
Fucking wild.
I feel like some people are rightfully famous. A lot of people are rightfully famous, but a lot of people aren't. Um, do you
Do
hear about
you
Eve's?
think it's because these these days it's not necessarily one person getting famous off their own merit, but more so a team of people basically creating a product and then
Like a,
all of them kind of riding
collective,
that wave.
like a
Yeah,
collective that rides like they all get each other famous.
not necessarily, but more so like somebody like Fisher, for example.
Hmm.
Like it's no secret that like
Those producers.
Fisher exactly, yeah, but he clearly has a team around him that you know their whole job is to just push him. You know what I mean?
I feel like yeah, what you're saying is like it's like a money problem nowadays. Like you need to pay to win. You need to pay like a team
Hmm.
of people to help you. You know,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
always. I've seen like there's a lot of people who become successful just like based on they posted something on SoundCloud and then it kind of popped off and then they just kept the momentum going. But like I feel like most famous artists just kind of like some of them pop out of nowhere. You can't lie. How many artists have you seen that just kind of like they just appear on your timeline and you like who the fuck is that? But then all of a sudden they're everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like these, like, and this isn't taken away from these people that just kind of, air quote, pop up out of nowhere. Like, clearly they're doing the work behind the scenes, but like, that's what I mean. These are usually artists that like are being backed by like, marketing agencies or, you know, big collectives
I
and
don't
some
know.
shit.
I
Like,
feel
there's
like
a lot of money behind that stuff. Like, somebody like Fred again, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, he's a
that,
nepo
that
baby, right?
dude's got, yeah, exactly. He's got ties to like royalty. But then you also got like other instances where like, you know, if an artist has a pretty decent relationship with like another like AAA artist, and that's gonna help, you know, catapult them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. It's fair. Like, but like I feel like a part of getting a good relationship with a AAA artist is like actually being a good artist and having them notice you.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah. There's that, or I was more so talking about like the, oh fuck, this might get me canceled.
say it, bro. No one's gonna watch this shit anyway. But like,
But like more so like, oh shit. We'll just gloss over. Next question, please.
next question. I was gonna say, have you heard of Somber? Who the fuck is this guy? He popped out of nowhere. The guy who's making all the TikTok sounds. I saw some videos of him. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Who like everyone's listening to this guy all of a sudden? Who are these pop stars? Who the fuck is Benson Boone? Like, why the fuck are who are these random ass motherfuckers, bro, making shit songs? Well, I've heard some of Somber's songs. They're okay. Like they're really good. They're really well mixed and everything. They sound great. But like Benson Boone pisses me off. What the fuck?
I,
I
I
can't
think I
understand.
think he's like big with like, and this might like make me sound like an unk or whatever. I'm only
Yeah,
30, by the way.
just say it.
But like I think he's big with like the early 20-year-olds. I only say this because like I do weddings on the side and shit, right? And he's only requested by like kids that look like they're fucking 12. So, yeah,
Okay, like the younger crowd.
exactly.
I guess I'm like just barely in that because I'm like
Yeah,
20.
bro, we're unk status, man.
Shit, man. I'm kind of reaching unk status. It's kind of fucked to see. Like it's
Well, no,
dope.
you're big bro,
I'm big
according to
bro,
them.
closing
Yeah,
in. Once I hit like 27, right? 27.
yeah, yeah, big
Then it's
bro. And then once you hit that 28, 30, you become unk.
dude. That's 4 more years. That's not long, man.
Holy shit! Gotta
Why
enjoy
do
big bro status
the years feel faster as you get older? I don't know what the fuck is up with that. But like you used
because
to
the
think,
pressure we put on ourselves.
oh, that's fair. Yeah, but like you used to remember as a kid, you're like a year is a long time. And now you're like, fuck,
Hmm.
years nothing. It passed in seconds. And it's just like what
Uh, it's because I think it's because we're utilizing more of our time as adults. So like what I mean is like as a kid, you had the time to like daydream and just kind of like wander, or just had the time to go to the park or hang out with friends and just burn 4 hours, and not even, and that 4 hours feel like 8 hours because you're not even thinking about it. Whereas as an adult, you're almost thinking in like increments of 10 minutes, like, oh shit, I gotta get this. Oh, where's my keys? Oh, I gotta head to work. Oh, damn, DoorDash is this way. You know what I mean? Or traffic's gonna take this long, or oh, how much time's left for work? So it's like you're thinking in like increments of like you're actually noticing the flow of time more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because you're more aware of it, basically.
Yeah,
You're
but
like,
that was a little abstract.
yeah, little deep introspection on
Yeah,
life and stuff.
we get a little deep out here.
I like your new track, Space Rebel. It's really cool. I was gonna
Thank
ask,
you.
are
Thank
you one of those people who like I know there's two teams on this, but do you mix into a limiter or do you make your mixes really quiet and then make it loud during mastering? I've heard like two different.
I mix pretty quietly, and then like in the mastering process, like that's where I go for like loudness and
The
clarity,
loudness.
you know. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've heard like people say like you get conflicting information, but I've heard like ever since I've recently started like making my mixes really quiet, like negative 6 dB, like giving some headroom,
yeah,
and then like
yes,
pushing
yeah.
it loud afterwards, I've noticed great increase in like sound quality.
Oh yeah, no, it just like yeah, like that like shit's that could have sounded muddy, like everything's just more crisp, like drums usually tighter, like I don't know. And then for mastering too, like I have gotten okay with delegating that to somebody who's more like better at mastering than I am. You know what I
I
mean?
feel
Like
like,
my
is it a
my
question of
homegrown
better, or
clothes.
is it a question of like, do you have a sound treated studio? Because I feel like a lot of things are like there's a money barrier, right? Like I'm mixing
Yeah,
and I'm mixing on these, bro. The Audio Technica
okay.
M20Xs, and it's like how like I'm relying on span so hard because it's like
Yeah,
I can't really tell what's going on sometimes, so I'm just checking span time, like putting span on all my mixer channels, making sure the sound is like sitting in the mix nicely. And
no, I hear you, man.
so
I'm the
like
same way. Sorry, continue.
no, I was just gonna say so I'm like all constantly cross referencing, like listening on my phone, my like speakers or my
Yeah,
headphones, everything.
car tests and shit.
Car tests, yeah.
I don't being a musician. It's a interesting lifestyle, honestly.
I
It's
feel
an
like
interest.
have you noticed that in music, like the artist's work is held up to a higher standard than in other art forms? Like we need a mix and master and other art forms.
Yeah, yeah.
People just kind of like make it, right? But like you can like draw a painting, paint a painting. I've seen so many copies of Cat lately. I don't know what's going on with that, but like people just they paint some abstract art and kind of just
Hmm.
there's no like mastering process for that. You just put oil over top of it or like some kind of
Yeah,
you know.
these kind of get good over the years, you know.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, no, it's interesting you say that because I think with music, it's one of the few art forms where if like people don't really give you a lot of grace, and I say that where if you don't come out of the gate sounding like clean as heck, or with all these thousands of followers, and it's like people won't really take you seriously or really give a fuck to listen to your stuff. So
Bro, I've noticed
yeah,
that
it's weird. It's weird.
bro, I've noticed that great like dude, they won't take you seriously. They just won't. And even when you do get good, then it's hard for people to take you seriously when you finally at least the people who knew you when you started, like
Yeah.
when you start to get better, then people don't even acknowledge that. They're like,
Oh no,
okay.
it's like these days people judge everything on like social media followers, and I only say this because I've seen literally the both sides of it. Like my previous account had a pretty decent follower, uh, like number, and more people were open to like working on collabs with me and stuff. I even had people like ask me, "Yo, bro, which collab?" Like typical shit, right? My new one, not as many followers. I asked those same people like, "Hey, like, you still want to collab?" And it's just like left on scene, and it's like, oh, I see you, bro.
You're the same person. You're the same
Exactly.
person making the same
Literally
music.
exactly, but it's like, some folks think like, oh, there's no benefit to working with me because they don't think the track will go far or whatever. It's like they're thinking of, like, they're thinking very, like, they're not thinking of, oh, let's create some art. They're thinking, oh shit, let's create some shit that'll help us get more clout and get famous.
That's true. I talked to Distinct recently. I've been talking to him through DMs a lot. He was like, you gotta ask yourself, would you still make music if no one listened?
Exactly,
You know?
exactly,
Because if you wouldn't, then are you really doing it because you like it? Probably not. You know?
exactly, exactly. And a lot of people don't even really, this might come at a shock, but it's like a lot of people don't even really like electronic music. They just
Oh,
like
I
the
know that.
aesthetic, and that's why you see a lot of, like, anytime there's a lot of, like whatever genre is like the fad, they're so quick to, like, go to that genre. And I know people are saying, oh yeah, don't sit in one box as a, genre person, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, like, I still dabble with bass music and dubstep and all that, but like, I'm a house guy through and through. I'm always gonna make house music. That's my cup of tea. But you know, Afro house or melodic being hype, like, that's not gonna mean I'm gonna start making that type of shit. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Like the tech house comes back to that. Like what you're not gonna start making pop vocal, famous pop remixes of like Britney Spears tech house edit,
Exactly.
you know? Whereas, you're not gonna
That being
start
said, though, I mean, if I was gonna make some
if
shit
you
like
wanted
that,
to.
probably like some Britney, like, Toxic, because that like like that bass line riff is pretty sick, and
Mhm.
definitely make some bullshit with that. Sorry,
If
as
you
a little
want to,
tangent,
but
but
like you won't change your whole persona. You won't like change your whole like persona around that, right? Because like, it's like
exactly, yeah, yeah,
you do the one off, for the shits and giggles, like remix, just for fun, you know.
exactly. Put a little free download on SoundCloud. Like, here you go,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
But like I've noticed popular genres from EDM in the mainstream kind of changed. I mean, when I was like when we were like younger, it was like
Uh huh.
progressive house. Like remember Dead
Yeah,
Mouse, like Strobe, progressive house and Big Room.
yeah,
The big room
yeah. Like
EDM where it's like very
Swedish
saw
House
wave
Mafia.
synths,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
saw wave
All the
synths.
plus.
And like now people are still making that stuff, and I don't mind it, but it's not a genre I listen to. And then now it's kind of like gone into like tech house edits of like pop songs. And why the fuck like no broke boys has become the new Stephanie. I can't help but notice that. Like remember the Stephanie remixes? They were
Yeah,
everywhere. Everyone
yeah.
was making them.
And that's no broke boys. The ladies love
Now
it. I mean, the disco lines. He's on a nice trajectory right now, and the ladies love it. That's another thing too. If you got the killer combo, the the looks, the music, and just like the whole aesthetic. Oh fuck, you're going there.
I've noticed some people just do it like this is especially among the rhythm crowd. No hate to them. I like no hate to the rhythm guys, but like, what's up with the mask thing? You know what I mean? Like, why do they just all like a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them just get a mask. They start wearing a mask, and they're like, "This is my persona." Holy shit! The thunder.
Honestly, just I don't even know. Like, I tried the mask fit in high school, man. I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe if you're not like, you don't really want your face out there, but like, yeah, there's a lot of it in rhythm. Like, I think there's like, you got like Funk Case, fucking, who else rocks a mask? I
But
haven't
Fun
like
Case is
kept up
actually
with
good.
it. That Funk Case is wild, bro.
Sick, bro. He's sick. Fun Case is sick. I don't know, like I've seen a lot of rhythm DJs. They just wear masks. I'm not really kind of. I'm not educated on the genre too much. I mean, I used to like it.
Yeah, somebody's gonna see this and call us a bunch of posers.
Yeah, they're gonna call us rhythm haters. Oh, you
Yeah,
don't understand dubstep. Fucking
or,
whatever. I'm not saying I don't
or
like it.
rage bait.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, it's like I've seen it. I've seen them wear the masks. All of them all have a mask on these days. Like, what's up with that? This is a question. Posing the question. Posing the question. If anyone can answer it, if anyone can answer it, I'm glad to. I'm happy to hear your answer.
Comment below.
Comment below. Why do rhythm DJs wear masks all the time? Hilarious, man. Oh my god. The fucking started raining and thundering outside here. Pretty bad right now.
Is
Oh,
it? What part of city? Like,
I'm in like I'm like near Western's campus in London, Ontario.
oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not in Calgary. I wish I was.
Damn.
I miss Calgary. I miss Calgary. But I mean, like in terms of scene, I feel like a lot of Canadian cities, once you get above a certain population, they just tend to be the same. There's like once you have like 1 million people in a city, in a Canadian city, they have like similar rave scenes. At least I've noticed. Toronto might be
That's very
different.
true. That's very true. How's the scene in London?
Oh, it's very much just a lot of like house music and kind of like there's like they have like big shows on Saturdays. I've only been to one of them, but it was like a trance show, like a side trance.
Okay.
So I left early because I was like, I don't really fuck with this. I can't get behind side trance, man. I don't know, I can't.
Cool, man. Cool. Side trance is alright, you know.
It's all right. It's
But
not
not,
for me. It's not for me. It's not a bad genre though.
I
You
hear
know,
that. I hear
I
that.
just got on guest list that night. I was like, you know what? I might as well go.
I'm
'Cause,
like that with Afro house, like
oh yeah,
or any of like the melodic shit. Like I just can't get behind it. I'm like this is too cheerful.
I don't really like the overly repetitive bass lines in Afro House.
Yeah, it just like and don't get me wrong. Like I like artists like Black Coffee or Bless Madonna and stuff like that. Like they're cool. Or
What's your
even
take
some of
on
like
kind music?
hmm?
Kind music?
High music. Like they're really like older stuff. Like back when like they were like deep house. That was alright. But like their new like Afro house shit. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's corny as hell.
It sucks, man.
Yeah,
They
like
flat out.
that whole Toulouse vibe is only famous, it only pops off because it just reminds people of like, oh shit, that one time I traveled and did a bunch of blow for a week.
I don't know what the fuck is like the appeal and standing in a crowd and phone up. They're like zombies. They're like this. They're like this in there, right?
Yeah,
They
those
just,
those Anima visuals were cool when they first dropped. Now I'm kind of like, eh. But I guess
I
it's
don't
for
know.
like, I guess it's the same thing for like, yeah, I guess it would be like like rhythm, but for like older folks. It's like the same shit. Like the
Spaz,
same
Spaz.
the
Remember
same
Spaz?
mentality.
I don't know. I mean, like, who's the kind music of rhythm? Is that what you're kind of saying? Like, who's the
Yeah,
kind music
like
of rhythm? We're not gonna call
kind
anyone
music
out,
and rhythm.
but like, I feel like I can't. I don't know anyone who fits that description in that genre.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't know, but I just mean like there's somehow it's the dedication of like the fans and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true, bro. You can kind of fit people. Let's not get like stereotypical, but let's kind of get stereotypical. You can fit people into boxes like depending on the music genre they listen to. I've noticed that. Call me crazy, but like if someone likes tech house, I can pretty much like figure out what kind of person they are. If depending on their age, I need to know that. Like if they're 30 plus, they're cool. They just like to rave on the weekends, and they just they're just like to rave. And then, but if they're like my age or young, like younger, like
Yeah.
20, and they're listening to like edits of pop songs, tech house edits, they're the type who like frat parties, and that type of person and that they like frat parties, and that type of person is, I can't fucking support that kind of behavior.
Oh, I love it though. I love it
They're
though.
fucking sick.
You gotta love the little frat kid though.
Yeah, bro. They're playing that No Broke Boys tech house edit. Meanwhile, they're
Yeah.
all in fucking student debt. It's like, okay, what
Jeez.
the hell are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Oh
Oh
shit.
man, yeah. Rhythm. The people who like rhythm, man, they're really nice. I know a lot of rhythm, or they're really mean. It's either or they're like assholes. I don't know, man. You can generalize all you want, but then again, there's a lot of people who never fit into a box, so you can't really say everyone.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You know,
What's your take on like people might not like this like subject, but what's your take on I guess like racism or conservative? Well, not yeah. We'll just say racism in the rape scene.
it has no place. It has no
Yeah,
place in the rave scene.
it really doesn't. But you know, I think unfortunately, it's a thing. You know,
Oh, it's a thing.
and
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the whole like creation of the rave scene to go against that? I don't know. Like,
exactly, it was, and now it's like we've gotten to a point where it's like you know because we've been so open about like yeah like anyone can come to rave. Now you got folks that like that just don't like anybody coming to raves, and now they're just like yo fuck out of here. I don't know. It's weird. I probably should have brought that up. Not like super overt, but just like you go to certain shows and then it's like, oh shit, I'm really blocked out here, and then it almost puts you. I don't know. Just kind of act a certain way. You know?
are you saying you gotta act a certain way at raves to like fit in?
Not necessarily fit in, but just to like, because I mean, I still get wired and stuff, but just like I don't know. It's
Like
hard
avoid
to.
problems?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's hard to put into words. It's like you can't really like you start like for example, if you start getting too hype, and folks don't really see it as like, oh, it's the dude just having fun. It's like, oh, it's the nigga getting hype, and it's like, okay, it's just like I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Bro, if you get hype at raves, I don't know. Like I've seen, there's no problem with it. It's what you're supposed to do there. But like
Exactly.
I used to get really hype at raves, bro. Like I was stupid. Like I was dancing crazy, like a maniac. And then I don't know. I kind of got older, kind of calmed down. But like I remember people were using me for like promo of raves. They take pictures, videos of me
Fuck
dancing,
yeah.
and then it's sick. But then like when I stopped dancing, then they kind of just like, oh, like fuck this guy. He's no longer like we can no longer like point at him and be like, oh, look at that guy, you know. And then when I
Yeah.
calmed down, it was like a lot of my friends kind of like just like said, oh, we'll just leave him alone now. It kind of makes no sense, but
I know it's weird. It's weird. It's like I used to like go to like trap shows, like like the bass shows, just because I enjoyed the music. But I don't know if it was just like the crowds just like weren't those types of crowds, but it's like you go in there and you do like you do some like little gun bar ad libs, like and some shit like that. And it's like everybody's looking sideways, and it's like, what the fuck you guys looking sideways for? Like, you guys will listen to this type of shit. Of course, we're gonna be doing some gun bars, you know. But I was okay, you know?
What do you mean? Like when you gun fingers and
Yeah,
that kind of
like
stuff?
gun figures, you
That's a
you
normal
know,
reaction to some good music,
yeah,
man.
but you know, I guess you know, being a brother, folks just take that the wrong way. I don't know.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, some people are
Yeah,
that
it's
sensitive. How many people are that sensitive, bro? Holy fuck.
oh, bro, just some of the shit that I've experienced at shows, man. Like I'd be able to check and like just be vibing, and then you get like some chicks like going up to me like, are you okay? Thinking like he's uncomfortable. Fuck. Like
Bro, I
things like
remember
that. Like they clearly wouldn't do. Like,
Bro, I remember some straight up racism when I worked the door at like a club in not like I was doing tickets, like right? Like
mhm,
scanning tickets and shit. And I remember some straight up racism. This girl, like she came from downstairs. She was going outside to smoke a cigarette. I heard
yeah,
her and her friends like yelling, screaming, like, "Oh, Indian guys are so ugly, right?" And then she looks at
right,
me. Then she's walking out. She looks at me. She's like, "You're Indian?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "You're okay." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?
right, right.
What the fuck does I'm okay mean? Like I get a pass or
Yeah.
something? What are you
Oh
talking
my
about?
lord.
What are you talking about? Like there's this like blatant kind of like disregard for that kind of
Pocket.
stuff, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's just so out of pocket, you know. Sorry,
Mhm.
okay. Sorry to hear that. Wow.
Oh, it's okay, man. You know, like I don't know, we've both experienced racism, and it's just it's just kind of like have you noticed it getting worse? It's like I feel like
Um,
as for me especially, it's been getting worse. You know, being Indian is definitely getting worse for us.
yeah, yeah. I'm noticing like a growing hostility. It's not like I thankfully haven't experienced anything in recent time, but like I'm definitely noticing like a weird narrative being spun. You know, or it's just I don't know if it's a bunch of like just people falling for more far right shit, or if it's just because of everything that's happening in the states and Canada just being so close to it. But yeah, I'm noticing a lot of weird things. Sorry if this topic.
No, it's fine. This is fine. I used to want to go to the states because like for like work because it's full of like pharmaceutical companies. I was like, you know, when I'm done chemistry, I'm gonna probably get a job there. But now it's like, no, I'm not right now. At least
Yeah,
with Trump as
yeah, fuck
president,
that.
hell no, fuck that, man. Like you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. It's crazy down there. And it's
yeah,
like the states is fun. It's a beautiful country. There's a lot of cool people out there. But yeah, they got a lot going on right now. And it's definitely doesn't look appealing to go to the next 4 years at least.
yeah. Have you been to the states?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Been to
I've been there
Miami.
once.
That's cool. Well, what part of the state?
California. Which state did you go to?
Florida.
Florida. Nice.
Yeah, most of the stuff.
I've noticed a kind of a sentiment from UK. Like I have a lot of friends in the UK who I've never met, but like
Mhm.
somehow like I met them, you know, through like SoundCloud of all places, and then they kind of like follow me on Instagram, and now we talk sometimes, send each other music, and they've like I've seen not them explicitly say, but I've seen in their circles like they say America takes what the you like. First of all, the USA created garage and house, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
kind of UK took it and kind of like put their spin on it, right? And now it's
Yeah,
UKG, right? And now like
yeah.
America is taking it back and kind of like what they say in the UK I've heard is like the America likes to overproduce and like ruin genres. I don't know. That's what they say. Like with dubstep
No,
too.
I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, America, like, or not even just American, so North American sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tends to be like just super over processed, whereas
It
like
seems like it sounds like
the
pristine to a negative extent. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's so
and
clean that
it's all right because it sounds sick live, but
it
you're
sounds
right,
sick,
it's
yeah.
not
But it's
really.
just like you can clearly tell the difference between like a UKG track from like Interplanetary Criminal when he first started making music and like Hans Glader. It's like night and day.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, like, Europeans are more into like just using that
They're more into
analog
what?
sound, and more, huh?
They're more into what you said?
Like just using like analog sounds and just like
Oh yeah, I didn't know
more
that.
like
That
minimal stuff, minimal vibration like that.
that's cool. I didn't know that. What do you think about Sammy Verge's new album? You give it a listen?
I have not given it a listen yet. I have not. What? How is it?
I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, most of like a few of the songs are really good. Some of them are kind of like just all right. It's basically the same quality, like just a little bit better, I'd say, as his like first album, which was like Spice Up My Life. That one.
I like that like more electronic artists are looking to just drop albums and stuff. You don't really see that in electronic music. It's more of like a you know like hip hop, R&B, like even rock sort of thing. But
Hmm.
what do you think of albums in electronic music? Like, do you think it's possible to tell a story just you know
I feel
just
with
using
certain
sounds?
genres, yeah. Well, like how are you gonna tell a story with rhythm? Tell me that. I mean, like
Yeah, that'd
you
be
ask
a little
yourself that
difficult.
with house, it's pretty easy, right? You can make a genre out house album. Like it's not
Yeah,
easy in the
yeah. It's
sense
like
like you got to make the
you can put
songs, everything.
vocals over it too,
But
and
yeah,
yeah, definitely
vocals and
create a
stuff.
story.
Like you can add vocals and tell a story that way, like start to finish, make an album. I feel like a lot of it, like some of albums and a lot of albums in EDM are just like compilations of music, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with releasing all the music at once, calling it an album. I think, at least in my opinion.
True, 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 true.
Like what is there really a need for like a story where the album has like interludes and kind of a meaning? Not necessarily. I
Not
don't think so.
really. No, yeah, there's a really any sort of rules when it comes to making music. Do
That's what I've
anything you
learned.
want.
There's no rules, but like there's a general guidelines that help you, but that's about it, really.
Mm,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm
What do
still
you
like,
think of? Sorry, continue.
no, you go. I was just saying something. What you say?
I was gonna ask you what you think of like AI in the creative space.
Oh shit, bro. Fuck AI, man. It's horrible. I mean, one thing I will use it for, and use it for, is AI stem separation. That's about it. Because I use FL20, it doesn't have the like stem.
Yeah,
I think FL25, the stem separator is AI based, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not the best, but
That's what I use
it's
it for.
alright.
If I can't find the stems on like Root Tracker or like fucking
Yeah,
some kind of like torrent website, then I kind of like just use a AI stem splitter. But if you're using it to actually make the music, then it's a problem, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like sites like Suno and stuff, I can't really
Holy fuck.
get
Like
behind, especially
this,
because since they build their database off existing like music or content already, you know.
yeah, like they
So
steal the AI steals from artists, like basically,
yeah,
you
pretty
know.
much. I mean, yeah, I've gotten into some pretty heated debates with some like AI guys. They claim that it's not stealing, but it's just
It's stealing.
I don't. Yeah, it's yeah, especially when you got folks like doing that shit and then going like, "Oh, look at what I created." It's like, yeah, okay,
You
but
created? Are you sure it's you created it? Shut the fuck up. You didn't create shit. It pisses me off, man.
exactly.
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like AI using AI is like another level of like it like like what is the word?
Uh,
Disingenuity, like disingenuous, being
yeah, yeah,
disingenuous. AI is
yeah,
another level of
yeah.
that. Like, but like I'd say it goes in levels. The first level is like using nothing but splice loops, right? Using nothing but splice loops. That's like a disingenuous because at that point it's just like stacking Lego. You know, it's just like putting Lego together. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'd say even just like doing that is better because at least doing that you learn along the way on how
yeah, you
to
have to like mix it and
arrange.
master it. I used to use splice
Exactly.
loops, but like I never used them solely. I know some people like build a whole track just using like a whole like spice loops, right? But like I've used them before, like where I just use the vocals. Maybe everyone uses splice loop vocals. You know,
Yeah,
everyone uses those. But like I've seen people just put a whole track together with like the same sample pack. They just it's like a mix and match. I think you've seen that advertisement where it's like the hard groove guy, the hard groove
yeah,
producer.
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
That one, like shit
Definitely
like
seen that.
that pisses me off. Where it's just you stack them up and then you just leave it. You know, it's done.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of them, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Producing these days is
I mean, it's a
it's
fine line. Like, where do you start to think? Where do you start to say it's like disingenuous? For me, AI is like it's like the peak of it. You know, like
oh yeah,
especially
oh yeah,
if you're using it to like make melodies and like you know, I mean, would you have you ever like remember when I was first starting to learn music? I used like chord generators. I never released any of this music, obviously, but I just wanted to see what like chords go together well because apparently a computer knows better than I do. So I just
yeah.
use it.
No, I've played around with those. I never actually used them because they never like I find they never actually make anything cohesive, and it's just too random for my
Like I
liking.
remember I
I
got
mean,
this.
of course you can turn a decent generation into a solid track if you know what you're doing with it, but to just fully rely on it, yeah, I don't
I
know.
remember
Not my cup
I
of
still have the plugin on my computer. I should probably get rid of it. I don't use it all. It's like what is it called? Scalar audio. Like
what's that?
a scalar, it's just like one of those chord generators. You know, it's like you know FL has chord generators built in now. I know that they do,
Yeah,
like FL25 and stuff. But like I'm
it's
using
also
FL
like you got the riff machine.
the riff. I haven't used that.
Yeah, it's on FL.
Yeah, I should probably check that out. I don't know, just to see what it is. Is like a is like a chord
Like let's
generator.
say like yeah, you could like use it like that, but it could also um it could also add existing notes to like it could also add extra notes to like the existing ones. Like it's just
Oh, so you can
some
like
bullshit.
extend a melody with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, that's
You
cool.
use it to create strings and all of that.
Hmm. I've been using Fruity Slicer a lot lately, man. I've noticed if you just throw any kind of like vocal sample or like instrumental of like one instrument, like say some orchestral strings or like
Yeah.
a saxophone or something into there, and you kind of just like play around with the slices, you can make some cool
Mm-hmm.
sounding stuff, dude. Without even
Yeah,
having
you
to try and
certainly
chop,
can.
without even having to try to chop it up yourself. You just kind of like set the
Yeah.
it's like it's very like smart in how it detects the transients and like it's like it like cuts it at each transient, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It works great. I mean, like I think it's overlooked as a plugin. I know there's Slice X, but like I don't use that one. But like Fruity
No,
Slicer, it's
Fruity
great.
Loops has a lot of good you know, built-in plugins or native plugins if you want to call it that. Like
Yeah.
and that's like and I used to fall into this trap too where, that's why you gotta know your DAW inside out, because sometimes you'll come across plugins like that and you won't even need to buy it. For a long time I was chasing after plugins. Like I'd see like, oh, this person uses this plugin or all the everybody's using Kickstart. So I should get kickstarted. Oh, everyone's using fab filters, so I should
Let,
get fab filters. It's like
let's be real, bro.
fuck all of that. You know what I mean? What's the difference between you know fab filters pro EQs versus like the parametric EQ? That's all.
Who is actually buying plugins, bro? We gotta ask that question first. You
I
know,
mean,
who's actually buying
I
plugins?
yeah, there's a
So for
whole
legal
culture
purposes,
around
I only use stock
people
plugins. I only
say
use
what?
stock native FL plugins. I only use native FL plugins. Just covering my ass here. I
Exactly.
only use native FL plugins. But
Yeah, no, I don't crack poisons out here.
yeah, there's nothing cracked here. But
No.
I don't know. I feel like some things are like FL has like a lot of plugins that are just really good. Like they're versatile. Like Fruity Limiter, I think is overpowered. It has everything. It's like a compressor, a limiter, a noise gate. It's all that in one.
Yeah, you can express with that shit. Like it's beautiful, man. One of my favorite plugins. Like honestly can't even like that.
Maximus is great for
Ghost
mastering.
Beats a good one too. Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus is great.
Yeah, Maximus is nice.
And then like what is it? I learned this technique recently where you put a long decay reverb on like a clap or something, and then you put a noise gate on it, and then you kind of like
Mm-hmm.
cut it off where like you want it to stop, and it sounds really
Mm-hmm.
nice. I don't know, like it's a valid technique, I think.
Groovy, man. Yeah, no, that sounds pretty tight.
You know, like
What would you say is your favorite plugin on VST? I don't know.
my
That's
favorite
all.
plugin, like including VSTs or just like processing.
Including VST.
Um, Probably Vital.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I like the I like how it's like kind of like Serum 2 before Serum 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's free.
You
So like
ever have you ever tried it's on FL, but it's called like that's such
Harmon,
a weird ass name, but like a Harmer tech, but it's called like toxic biohazard.
Toxic Fire Hazard,
Biohazard.
Biohazard. No, never try that one. Is it like based on Harmer?
No, it's a plugin.
Did its own like okay,
Like
it's a
yeah, you can create like fucking pretty unique wavetables and shit.
what's your
That's when
favorite
like
plugin?
well, me, bro, I'm a serum cat.
I love
I like
Serum.
serum. Serum's
I
amazing.
still uh,
Right?
I still don't have Serum 2.
Serum's pretty
that's
nice.
probably incriminatory, but like I don't know. You know, that's
I
probably an
mean,
incriminatory thing to say.
there's dudes still producing on FL9, man. I wouldn't worry
I
about
know, man.
it.
I have a friend who he's on FL12. I'm like, what the hell?
Ooh,
Like, it's just like, okay, well, but he's like, he's doing his thing. He's making good music, so who cares?
exactly.
I feel like FL. I mean, I kind of like thought about getting the newer versions of FL because I wanted the themes, man. I want to change how my UI looks so bad, but like, I don't mind having just a regular FL Studio like UI. But like, if I could change that, that'd be nice. But like, I feel like changing like how smooth of a never mind. Probably shouldn't ask this on a podcast. Probably implicates me even more. And like,
We probably said a lot of shit that shouldn't have been on the
yeah, man,
podcast.
the fucking FL is gonna contact me, be like, well, fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
You know, that's hilarious, man. I don't know. Um, a lot of plugins. Do you use what do you use for side chaining?
I chain. I use Kickstart, and I also use
Oh
Ghost
yeah,
Beat.
I use that too. Kickstart 2 is great. I use it so
Yeah,
much.
like I almost like over a lot in it when it comes to side chain, and like I just like it's just so boom boom. And I'm
I
like, all
kind of
right,
like
on to the
I
next
heard of like
thing.
Kilohertz has that new compactor plugin. I've heard it's amazing for sidechaining. It's a ring mod
Yeah.
based sidechain, which I don't know how that
Or
works, but like
what's this one called?
compactor by Kilohertz.
Cool. I'll have to look
They
into it.
have like a new like a suite out, like a new Kilohertz update, and it's like it's like fully
Is it
like
free?
no, it's not free
Yeah, then
unless
never
you want
free.
it to be. Unless you want it to be free, then it's free. But um, I don't know. Um, Kilohertz is great. I love their plugins, man. They're amazing.
Nice, nice.
Like I use their what is it? Their distortion a lot, and it's really nice. Really, they have really intuitive UIs, like very easy to use. You know.
Oh yeah, no. Anytime like a plugin or just anything has like a simple ass like UI, it's just like yeah.
It's
I,
it's
you might laugh, but like that's honestly the reason why I'm still using FL and not like Ableton like the industry standard. I've tried to use Ableton a couple times, but like I don't know, my brain just
who's to say it's the industry
get,
standard, bro? I've know a lot of famous artists who use it. Knock 2 uses FL.
oh yeah, no, like Deadmau uses or used FL in the past, but yeah, a lot of dope artists have used FL. So I'm gonna ride that wave
I've
to the
been
end,
like
bro.
you've been you I know you've definitely I know I've been you have everyone who uses FL has experienced an Ableton user like egging them on to like change DAWs. I don't know what's up with but why do they care so much? Like let me use FL. Why do you
I
care what I'm
figure
using?
it's definitely easier to collab with people when you're both using the same dog, but like
I
who
mean
gives a
yeah,
fuck?
I
I'll
mean
just
as long
send
as
you
you
the
have
stems.
stems, right?
Yeah,
How does
exactly.
I've never exported like a project for like collaboration only stems but like if someone's using FL does it like put all the samples in one place for the project to like pick them up
Yeah,
like
you basically just export it into a zip folder and
oh,
just
okay,
send
that
it.
makes sense. Yeah, because I was wondering like how does it find the samples, like how does it
Yeah, like it just exports everything you use in the project into like a
that's a
zip
good way to
folder.
back up projects then. That's a really good way to back up projects because I have this where is it? Oh yeah, here. I bought this recently after having my laptop die on me. I bought this
Uh-huh.
external hard drive. Like one day, my laptop it just decided to shit the bed, dude. The battery just like died in a way like it couldn't be recharged.
I should probably go get an external hard drive too.
So
Fucking bring it up.
fuck I replaced the battery. I replaced the battery, and now it's working just fine. Um, hold on, is it gonna
Nice.
work?
Oh, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just looks like it's frozen
My
right now.
video is fucked up. I don't know what's going on with that. It's just kind of
That's
like
all right.
frozen. If start virtual camera, I can just kind of like hold on.
That's
There
all
we go.
good.
It's all you know what? It's all good. Maybe just like talk like this sort of. Who cares, bro? I'm having a great conversation. This is probably the
Oh
best
yeah,
one I've
man.
had so far. It's the realest. Like the other kind of like I feel like as time goes on, I'm gonna get better at this. You know, like podcasting
Yeah,
thing where you just say shit like you want to say what you say what you want to say, right? I mean, like who's to say who's to tell me my opinions are supposed to be? I feel like that's a lot of isn't that a train of thought that a lot of people fall into these days? Like they base their opinions on what other people would think of them. You know?
exactly. Yeah, like very few people, and yeah. I mean, and it's like I can't blame them too, because it's like it's almost villainized to speak your own mind or you know to say what's on your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I like avoid. I try to avoid political conversations for that reason, especially on Instagram. You know, because
Oh
like
yeah.
if I like I don't know, man. The Charlie Kirk thing kind of like I saw a lot of people for what they are that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you see, like people die every day. I can go on about this topic, but like it's just like you're holding certain deaths up to a higher standard than others, and I can never really understand that. Why does someone's fame and notoriety bring them more like attention in their like misfortune? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't like
Well, I think a few things played into that factor. I think it's the fact that like we all like his death literally went viral. We all kind of like saw that shit, and
man. We all saw
whenever
Hind Rajab's death too on like Palestine. Some people were, like, I don't know.
that's true,
We
that
we
is
see
true.
deaths of everyone,
But
but his was cat. His held some weight compared to others for some reason.
I no
I
no I don't think his holds any more weight than others. But I guess what I was trying to say is that
Well,
like
you don't think that,
a
and I
lot
don't
of
think that, but other people think that. You gotta remember that.
yes, unfortunately, and I think the reason why they feel like that is because they saw someone that looks like them getting absolutely blasted on a timeline. Whereas like folks like you and I, we've seen that type of shit happen on a regular basis, especially I can point to like multiple Instagram accounts that are all just like of drills happening in like Chicago or like in the states of like gang members just getting blasted down in the street, but
Hmm.
like nobody really bats an eye. So it's almost like people are almost desensitized to seeing like that type of shit. So when folks saw someone that looks like them getting done like that, it like it
It
like
resonates harder.
yeah, exactly. Because yeah, you're right. Like seeing the shit that's going on in Palestine, you would think everybody would be sharing it and just reacting the same way, but because they, I don't want to say like they don't relate or they don't feel a connection. It's like they're not as invested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely not as invested. They just think it's another, Middle Eastern problem that doesn't concern them.
Exactly. Even though it's like a whole ass genocide, like
I think it concerns us. We can go into Israel and my thoughts on them, but I think that's not good, for this type of conversation. But
yeah, no, I hear you, man.
I'm gonna,
That'll be for
dude,
when you get bigger.
I posted something like negative against Israel on my Instagram. It got taken down, and like ever since then, my stories have been getting like 30 views, 50 views max. So I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh shit.
They kind of deleted the video, and then they didn't like. I think I'm shadow banned low key. I don't know, but it's crazy.
It sounds like it.
It's like my posts went from like 5,000 views to like 100, 200. It's like, okay, this
Yeah.
makes no sense. Kind of like, makes you question things. Who's really in power? Who's really in charge? Everyone like is like powers watching us? Are they seeing what we do? We know the question. We know the answers to this already. This is this podcast has already extended beyond music, man. I can't like I made this podcast to like talk to people about music, but I feel like the thing is like when you talk to people, there's more to them than their music. So I feel like, just talk about whatever. Should be fine.
Oh yeah,
You know, like like music is just a part of what we do, right? So yeah.
exactly.
When was your
And it's
first like
like
label release, dude? I just want to know. Like, when was your first like who first released you on a label? Like, was it Spinning or like?
no, it was with Shepherd's Records, and like I think this would have been, I want to say 2019 or 18, one of the two.
Okay, I've been hitting up labels and like I'm slowly getting more and more, you know, um, recognition from them. Like I remember when I first started sending them stuff, they just kind of ignored me. Now they're like, you know what? This is potentially can be released. It just needs to be like polished up. And I was like, we need to like make this better, but we love the idea. And like I think I'm closing in on like finally getting something
There you go.
put on.
That's what's up.
But like, it's obviously gonna be like a label who like is smaller. It's not gonna be like, some big label, obviously. But like, anything's a start. Anything's a start. And I feel like a lot of the labels who still care about music are the smaller ones, obviously. The big labels don't give a fuck about music anymore. Some of them are
Oh yeah,
signing
hell
AI
no.
artists, man. They're signing AI artists. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, yeah. And the smaller labels are usually ran by like artists or people that genuinely care about like the music and stuff, and
Yeah.
their their focus is on helping, you know, smaller artists get their music out there.
Do you
Because
think at a
maybe
point
they've never had somebody do that for themselves, so they want to do it for others. You know?
you're like helping out the music scene?
Yeah, like paying it forward.
Yeah. Have you ever considered that, like, in the future, like, art labels, I don't think they care, like big labels, but like small labels, what do you like? Would they ask you to like send a screenshot of the project file and just to make sure you didn't use AI or anything? Like,
I mean, they have their ways of like proving if it was done
is
by
there like an
AI.
AI checking like a website where you can like put a piece of music in there and be like, did AI make this? I don't know. It's like,
That's no. I mean, there's so no. You can check like the track metadata and stuff. You know what I
oh
mean? Or like
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
yeah, and like see like okay, like this was actually made on Buddy's computer. So,
yeah. I mean, I've heard of Suno. I don't know. Like I really hate it. I remember some AI music thing, like company, like some kind of like some kind of Suno type thing followed me on Instagram, and I DM'd them. I DM'd them one night. I was like, "Fuck you guys, fuck you guys, fuck your AI bullshit." And they're like, "We understand how you feel, but AI is the future." And I'm like, "Fuck you guys, shut up." Like, I was really mad at them because, like, fuck you. You're like, this is bullshit. Like, you're saying, oh, use AI to make your music. It's bullshit. Have you seen that output co-producer bullshit? It's all over my. Why the fuck is like whenever I watch YouTube, I'm getting recommended that shit. It's like an
what's
advertise
this?
that output by co-producer or co-producer by output. I don't know. Either way, that like plugin that like it imagines what sample will like work with a fucking song.
And then it like generates it or
It
something. Or
generates a sample for your like song, and then you can just drag and drop loops. So you can be like, oh, I want a synth, like I want a dreamy pad over this fucking happy song, and it'll just generate you like a loop, and then you throw it on, and you're like, oh, I want a nice bass line over this, and you throw that on. So it's like pretty much just generating a song by pieces. You know?
oh,
Have you not seen this? I've been getting ads about it all the time.
I probably have, but like I don't think I've
It's like
actually
that
paid
plugin with
attention
the
to
like
that.
white UI. It's like a white UI that's got that big button in the middle. You click it,
Oh, and then you like can dial it or whatever. Like,
it like listens to your song and it like dreams up like things that are like good for your song, like samples that will
that's
fit with your.
interesting.
I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I think a lot of the. I mean, I've heard from like I don't know if you follow this account on Instagram, 11 Mastering. I don't know. It's like some guy in the UK. I've got some songs mastered by him. He's a pretty good mastering engineer. He said on one of his reels, he was like, the best music comes from when you work within limitations. And I feel like that's a big, that's a big truth right there.
Oh yeah.
You
My
know?
whole thing with like these like music generator apps or plugins is that and I never want to be a person that's going, oh, never this or never that, but generating shit or relying on something to program something for you, it won't sound as good as if you just did it yourself. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh yeah, I think about it yourself, but like, it
What
just
What would you
Yeah.
say about people who
Like
just like,
it's just gonna sound just too robotic. So sorry,
yeah,
what'd you say?
in response, like, what would you say, like, in response to what you just said? Like, there's people who would say, like, "Well, just get with the times, old man. This is how it is nowadays." So what would you say to that? Like, what would you say to that if someone said that to you? You know, like, "Oh, fuck you, Unc. We use AI now." It's like, fuck. What, like, you know, like,
I would be like, well, fucking enjoy your generating your music, I guess, because it's like, yeah, somebody could say like get with the times and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all wrong. You know what I mean? Like some like AI or like whatever that thing generates won't be as good as like you know dead mouse making his own progression.
yeah,
You
I
know,
know. Like, it just, I feel like you've
like
seen that. What
I don't see AI music or any of that shit winning an Emmy.
what genre do you think would be replaced first by AI? That's a good question.
I don't think any genre would get replaced by AI. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
like it's not good enough for people to be like, oh yeah, this is popping, Especially
Yeah,
once
that's
people
true.
find out that
I
it's
feel like
AI.
it'll
Like I've
make the
never heard an
generic crap.
AI song that.
Like
Sorry, continue.
AI can make the generic crap that everyone, it's like slop. It's just slop, you
Yeah,
know? But like
like
the
type
real
of shit you
authentic
get on
stuff that's
TikTok.
like really, good would probably it still has to come from a human. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Because AI at the end of the day, it has to learn from someone. At least now, I've heard of like AGI coming soon enough where it can teach itself. That's a scary thought. That's a really scary thought. Computer teaching itself stuff. Holy fuck! But like, right now I can't do that. But like, the music thing, like, music that's made by a human would be like way. It has like a authentic feel to it that like like a robot just can't do. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, like not like a robot would never be able to make something as like good as like
and you've
make
heard those
something.
AI songs, right? They just sound like very. I don't know, like they sound like the demos you get when you install FL. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, exactly. Like the type of shit you start making when you first get
you know,
into like music stuff.
like where
Where
you're
you
just
think
like
like,
trying
oh
to
yeah,
figure out how to make stuff. Where it's just like,
yeah,
you know, what genre did you start out with? Did you like switch genres throughout the years, or
I did. Yeah, I started out making like progressive house
okay,
because I was really big into like Alesso and like Swedish House Mafia, Beachy and all of that. So yeah, that's what I started out thinking, and then
that's
over the
cool.
years. But I've also made like fuck,
You made what?
hip hop.
Hip hop. Oh. Do you like lease your beats to rappers or
Yeah, I've collabed with some rappers in the past and stuff.
some
I
Calgary
did a
rappers?
beats, but no, they were based in Vancouver. They
Oh,
were like
okay.
a Korean duo called Holoingo,
That's
and
cool.
the whole project was to kind of be inspired by that like 88 Riser and like Q8 kind of vibe. So a lot of heavy 808s and shit like that.
What was it like what are those beats called? The step team beats, very distorted 808s.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't really like call me like a fucking unk, but like I don't really like those beats. The ones with the really distorted 808s where it's like you can't even hear the artist like rap. You can't even hear them. Like what are they saying? Because
Oh
this
yeah,
the 808s take
thankfully you can hear Buddy rap on ours, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's definitely an acquired taste.
like it's a problem nowadays. Why everyone's like dressing up opium style, fucking making these beats that are just distorted, they smash through a limiter, and like there's no fucking room in the mids for any vocals. It just sounds like that you can barely hear what they're saying, and it's just like and there's very harsh high end. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
the hyperpop has been like destroyed by that kind of sound where it's just like a very harsh high end where it's just a very
Oh
very like
Like folks don't even care about the quality.
no one. I think like they kind of try to pass it off as oh it's supposed to sound like that, but like who's to say if they're being genuine or if they're just saying that because they suck at mixing and mastering.
Yeah,
Like who's to
that's
say?
what I
Like we
should.
can't
That's
read
what I
their
should have
minds.
said anytime somebody would tell me my track sucks. I feel like it's supposed to sound like that, bro.
Yeah,
Just
I've
don't
heard
get it.
like I feel like the opposite happens with DJing where like when you DJ, you feel like you're fucking up the whole time. But then people say, "Oh, your set was great." But then again, I don't know if they're lying or not because whenever I've played a set and people have said, "Oh, you had a great set, probably the best set of the night," blah blah blah, whatever. I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" Like, I don't know. I feel like you're lying to me. I feel like you're lying to me. Like like what do you mean I had the best set of the night, bro? I was opener, like fucking. What are you talking about? But I've had people say that, and it's like, what do you mean? Like, are you being for real or are you just fucking with me? I don't know,
Maybe threw down that hot. Who knows?
bro. I remember my first DJ set. Oh my god, I didn't have headphones. I just used sync. Obviously, I was a fucking new DJ. I used sync.
Yeah.
Obviously, but like then my second set, which was like a few months like second set, I used sync too. But like recently, I've gotten as of like a year ago, I obviously learned how to beat match properly and stuff, so I don't use that shit anymore. But like um, it's not like I feel like mixing has become so easy where like the barrier to entry is just so low that like anyone can do it, and that's why there's an oversaturation problem.
Oh yeah. Like it's yeah. No, that's
And I'm
definitely
part of
true. Like
that problem. That's why like I'm kind of like in like moving towards production because in production there's still like you still need a lot of skill to make good music. So, you know,
oh yeah.
same can't be said about DJing. I've seen I've seen everyone DJ. Everyone is it in Calgary scene too, but like it seems like in Ottawa everyone was a DJ at some point. Like everyone I talked to was a DJ, you know?
Oh yeah. It's the same thing on here. Man. Everybody and their dog.
Everybody and their dog, right? It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. How long has it been since you started DJing?
Long time though. I've been DJing since like fucking 2011. Long time.
Oh shit, man. That's
But
crazy.
like I haven't like always been like I don't know, like it comes in waves, like there's times where like
Oh, it's like it's not consistent or it's like the
yeah,
label.
yeah, it's exactly. It's like uh yeah, I don't know.
For
It's
me
it's
it's
been a it's been a slow process. People ask me, oh, how aren't you
for me it's been since 2021 of DJ'd. So that's like
nice?
4 years. 4 years almost and then, you know. It's been a journey. I mean, I've realized a lot of things about the music industry. It's very stupid. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense in this industry.
Yeah, it's very backwards, and I feel like I've almost kind of
It is backwards, man. You don't know like all I've learned is that merit doesn't matter because like why was I getting more gigs when I sucked than like now I'm actually like a proper DJ. Like I can DJ like I'm not the greatest, but I'm not bad now and like I've like learned and I've went through the process to become decent. And now I can't get gigs. But like when I was shit, I was getting gigs and it makes no sense. I feel like
it's probably because now you understand your value and you probably won't put up with certain shit that you did before. Before you
yeah,
maybe just
that's
wanted
true.
to get to play and just get the experience. You didn't care if
I
somebody
feel like yeah.
booked you super early or if you played to an empty room. Whereas now you might be like, nah, fuck that. So
Yeah,
you know,
I figure that's also one part of it. Also one part of it is just like it's my fault. I can't lie. Like I ever since like getting sober from not from beer obviously, but like from other things. I don't want to say it on this podcast. But like
Yeah,
ever since getting sober, I've like avoided like partying, and like a lot of like getting gigs is like going out to raves. Like I've noticed that a lot of getting
that
gigs
is
from
very true.
what?
So that is very true. Like you almost need to like go out and like
You need to
rub
like
shoulders
network
with.
and talk to these people and be like, yo. But like ever since getting sober and avoiding like the scene because just for my health's sake, because I'm like, like when I get too entrenched in like, partying, it kind of like overtakes my life and I start doing stuff that doesn't really like benefit me. But like,
I agree.
and I've seen it with a lot of DJs, they get stuck in traps of like drugs and alcohol. Um, but like, I've just stopped partying and like I've noticed like, no one really even knows I exist in London, Ontario. So how am I
Yeah,
gonna get gigs when they don't even know I'm here? They're like, who the fuck? Who this guy makes music? I've been sending emails. One like collective kind of hit me up. I just responded to them yesterday. Like I sent them an email back like yesterday. So hopefully I get something there. But like it's just like you have to always put yourself out there. I feel like a lot of that like kind of like pisses DJs off in the end of the day because it's like why the fuck do I have to, you know, be a fucking influencer and like be known, like be like show my face everywhere, like just to fucking get gigs? I mean, it's just the way things are, though, right?
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, and it's true because it's like if you try to do your things on the sidelines, people will forget you and people will not know you exist. So it's like you have to always play into it.
I would
Especially
seriously consider the path of just like forgetting about like DJing like on my own, right? Like I still love DJing. I'll do it in my apartment, but like I've seriously considered the path of just becoming one of those guys who just posts like videos of himself producing on Instagram and TikTok and like just makes song like produces. Just main.
yeah, you could do that too, or you could also just throw your own events.
Yeah, that's a money barrier though. I think I need to like I need to save up for that, right? Like, like owning some like renting out spaces and stuff. Like I need to consider that. And then, but
Yeah,
I've
that's
seriously
true.
thought about events because I know a lot of like at least like London, Ontario, they really lack in a UKG scene. I mean, a lot of like Canadian cities lack like a UKG scene, or like they kind of have one where it's like they kind of just throw like one event a month to appease the people, but like that's it. You know,
Yeah.
there's like other than that, it's like just not considered a genre that's like worth throwing parties for, or like raves. So I feel like I can like lock in on that and make something happen. I've noticed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been
So
an
you got
hour.
any new tracks on the way out, or any demos in the works?
I've got a demo in the works. I'm gonna probably try and finish it up like after this podcast. It's only 7:30, but like like I've got the drop made, the intro made, the build up, drop, first drop, and then the breakdown made. So I just gotta do drop two and then the outro, and then basically it's like it's the one I like you saw on Instagram. You probably saw it, like the one with the saxophone and the piano.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I'm working on right now. And when it's done, I'm gonna send
Right.
it out to. Well, I'm gonna send it out to some UKG labels like probably like South Point. With I know they're not UKG exclusively, but I'm gonna send it to South Point Garage Shared. I'm gonna send it to them. I'll
Right.
just
Right.
I when I first started sending out music, I used to spam labels, like not spam them, but like I used to like send it to labels that wouldn't even consider it, right? Like just
Yeah.
mass email like to every label, right? I've learned that that's like a bad thing to do. At least people have told me, you know, like you shouldn't
You
like
wanna you
send
wanna you wanna try something that I've been doing lately?
what?
So put your track through ChatGPT
Yeah.
and then ask it like so you gotta be real specific. So you gotta be like put your track through ChatGPT and then be like based off my social media analytics, which labels do you think this track would be a fit for? and it'll send you like a list of like labels that are like small, but also are in line with the genre that you're kind of.
I feel like the labels that will that makes perfect sense. That's a good idea. But I feel like the labels that would best would like that would that would obviously release me would be the one that follow me on Instagram, right? I feel like
Of
that's a
course, oh yeah,
that's a good
especially if
place to
they're
start.
already engaging with your content. Oh yeah.
That's one like one label like I don't know if you hooked sounds in the UK. They followed me randomly. I know Frontline UKG like a lot of Frontline UKG like a lot of their like uh like 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 promoters and stuff. They started following me randomly. I'm like, who are
Mhm.
these people? All the way from the UK just started following me randomly. You know, I feel like one thing I've noticed is I get a lot of love from people all the way in the UK as opposed to Canadians. Canadians don't really give a fuck about my music, man. I've noticed that. Like, it's more so people all the way in England, bro. Like
That means you're reaching your audience, bro.
yeah. Like I feel like my audience is definitely like when I, build one, it probably won't be in Canada for sure. It probably won't be in Canada. Because I feel like a lot of like Canadian kind of like consumers of house music and garage. Well, not really garage because they don't really like that over here. I mean, there's a certain like subgroup of people who do, but I feel like at least what I've noticed is in order to get gigs at bars and stuff here, you have to play the generic tech house, progressive house that
Hmm.
everyone else is. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
you have to appease the crowd of college students. You can't really there's no art of like trying to introduce them to new music anymore, which is kind of sucks because like the whole reason I think DJ should be a thing is like introduce people to new kinds of music, but that's kind of like not
Agree.
happening,
I
you know.
agree. Yeah,
That's kind of like just not happening in Canada at least. At least like people just want to hear like oh Britney Spears over like a tech house edit or like something. They just want to hear that shit. They just want to go out and get drunk and like they don't really care about the music. And like
yeah.
I think this is a big thing I've noticed. Like
No, that's very true.
people aren't really open to like hearing new stuff. They just want to hear iterations of like stuff they already know about. You know,
Yeah, no, it's very difficult trying to introduce like something new to the masses. Like, fuck it,
not even
you'll find your tribe eventually. So,
not even like just like just genre wise, but like song wise too. Like if someone likes like UKG and you show them something like you've made from scratch or something, I feel like they would like it more if you added elements that they already know about. Well, I think that's just a human psychology thing. Like if you added like a first of all, like say you added like some raga vocals that like are very, known, like some, like what is that? Welcome to Jam Rock or something. Who
yeah,
knows?
like David Lowry, like,
Yeah, then they'd probably be more open to listening to your music than if it was just something like completely from scratch that like it sounds great, but like, there's no familiarity, so they won't even give
yeah.
it the time of day.
Well, that's the other aspect of music that sometimes we musicians ignore. There's a psychological aspect. Yeah, sometimes you do have to add some familiarity for the track so that people can catch on. That's why you see a lot of guys they'll build their fan base by making like bootleg books and stuff. And then once their fan base is big enough, then they start rolling out their
That's what I
original.
was gonna say. Like you can build a fan base by making remixes and then like branch out to doing your own thing, right?
But that's kind of how I got my own on SoundCloud. Like when was remixing like a bunch of like popular like tech house tracks
Well,
and had
okay.
them all as free downloads, like you could type in and shit. And
Yeah.
then that one track, Do It To It came out, and I remixed that and put it on SoundCloud as like a free download, and then somehow like it just got like fucking 37,000 like crazy shit.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's yeah that was how I gained a lot of like my following. supposed to be on my own account. And now I'm singing, trying to do it again on my new one. So
Yeah, man. I mean, like I've yet to make something that like gets a decent bit of traction. I think I've only been at the production thing for like 2 years now, a little over that, tiny bit over that. But
anyway,
like,
nice.
I'm a baby to this shit. I know people who've been at this for like 15 years and stuff. So, um,
Yeah,
I,
it takes time, brother. You
it
know,
does.
one day.
The thing I've learned is like I love doing it. So no matter how many eyes I have on me, I'm just gonna continue making music. But I feel like a lot of people can't say the same. A lot of people I've just seen a lot of people just give up because they just it doesn't go where they want it to, and it's just like in like a year span. But like I feel like for me, I would make music if I don't even have an Instagram honestly because it's just so much fun to me.
Exactly, because it's fun when you're passionate about it. You enjoy it.
It's so much fun, man. And like I feel like at the end of the day, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, which is like making something that sounds good to you, like something you would enjoy, right? I feel like a lot of people get carried away trying to appease like a crowd that they don't even like realize like they're making shit that they hate. I've heard like
Yeah.
people, I've heard DJs like get pissed off because they're making songs that they don't like, right? Like like some DJs like I've heard of stories like some DJs like they just I think Crank that I don't know someone like him just got mad because like he was like, "Fuck, I'm making all these songs just because people like them, but I hate them." You know,
Yeah. Can't be doing that. And that point, you lost the point.
you lost the plot, right? So I feel like at a point, what like maybe once you're a famous artist, you can say different, but I feel like a lot of people get corrupted by greed, and once they get a like an audience, they kind of just like fucking abandon their morals and like what they originally started doing this for and kind of just start doing it for like oh I need to get more listeners and everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
not gonna
No, that's facts, bro. But my guy, I gotta cut.
yeah, that
So
was a good conversation, man. An hour 30, long enough. That's great. It was nice having you on, man. This was one of the best
thank
ones
you,
so
man.
far. It's only been three, but
Thank
like
you for having me, man.
I
Yeah.
might have you on for
It's nice
round
meeting you.
two, maybe some other time, maybe like a year from now, or something.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, all right, man. Peace out, brother. It's nice talking
Take
to you.
care. Take care.
All
Likewise.
right.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too,
Bye.
man. Bye.